I know it's been a while. What better way for me to come back than to unbox the paper pure and give my first impressions. I don't know if I've ever done a proper unboxing video on this channel, but here we go. I've been in the reMarkable ecosystem for, I don't know, 5 years, I want to say. That's probably not quite right. That's close enough. And I have a very fond feeling toward reMarkable, but it is not an uncritical feeling. It's kind of a love-hate, you know, when you just keep getting sucked into something and then you're reminded like why it is almost perfect, but not quite. I got the bundle with the blue sleeve folio, and currently I have the reMarkable Paper Pro and I have the Paper Pro Move, and I really like both of those. There's something that keeps me from loving the Paper Pro. It's hard for me to put my finger on exactly what that is. I thought maybe this guy would do something for me. I mean, isn't that, those of us that buy all the gadgets, isn't that what we're looking for? Like, be the one. But then we also don't want it to really be the one, because then we wouldn't be able to keep buying stuff and have that excitement of anticipation. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Where have I been? A lot of places. I am, I would say, middle to older Gen X. And if you are in that generation along with me, you might also be dealing with aging parents, figuring out what to do there, making more trips back home if you don't live near them, trying to be helpful, but you still also have your own life and work life. That's me. And so certain things just kind of fell by the wayside. I'm excited to pick this up. I know that it's plastic. I have just been really eager to see how it feels, because one thing I don't love about the Paper Pro is just I feel so careful with it because it is so expensive and it feels like if I just look at it wrong, it could crack. So I kind of really like the idea of something that feels less fragile and more portable. And I have to say, just picking it up, it does not feel cheap. This bundle came with the Marker Pro, which is the same one that comes with the reMarkable Paper Pro and the Move. It's the active pen, no more EMR. Okay, I know I haven't taken the paper off yet, but that actually feels solid. That does not feel cheap. That is, for example, heavier than the Boox Go 10.3. I'm not sure how it compares to the Kindle Scribe. Maybe it's like a little scribey feeling. As you can see, you know, comes with marker tips, cable, the huge. All right, let's take a look here. Not bad. I think I'm gonna like this. I mean, I haven't written on it yet. I think I'm gonna like this, the size of it, and just, yeah, even the plastic of it. It just feels like less of a fragile little snowflake that needs a lot of TLC and more like, yeah, this is my device and I can take it wherever. So let's turn it on. I'm not gonna link up my reMarkable account to it right now, because I think if you're watching this, you probably know how the syncing works and how the desktop app and phone app work. And now there's the web app. Like, I'm very happy with reMarkable apps. I know people have their different issues with them, or they don't like paying a subscription. I have no issue with any of that. I feel like the sync is very reliable, very smooth, very seamless. It just works. I like how easy it is to put things on the reMarkable via the phone app, via the desktop app. Yeah, I have no issues. So let's, oh, do I need to, okay, let's get you set up. No, I'm not gonna do that. Can I just skip that? I'm gonna skip. Okay, I'm connected to Wi-Fi. Let's attach the marker. Snap the marker so you'll see a battery symbol when it's attached correctly. I don't see that, but I know it's attached correctly, so let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, I like the feel of this. It does not feel cheap to me. I mean, it does not feel like premium, but it doesn't feel cheap. And as you probably know, this one has no light. I'm just sitting at the dining room table. It's kind of a gray, rainy day today. I've got the windows in front of me and the curtains open, so this is just natural light. Did you see that? Yes, I know how e-ink works. Okay, it's funny they added this. Traces of previous images appear occasionally, so your display refreshes to clear them. This is completely normal for a digital paper display. True. Okay, yes, wonderful. The blacks look really black. That's good. Okay. Oh, it's going to install an update that could take a few minutes. Lovely. While that's going, let's look at this. This is fine. I think I prefer a folio, but on the other hand, this is like, this completely protects the device. Charging port, etc. It can't get gunked or gooed. All sides are protected, as well as the port. So I do like that. It does feel like this one is really designed to just not be so fragile, and maybe fewer problems for reMarkable to deal with and fewer returns. This looks pretty nice and white right now, I have to say. While that's going, I'm gonna go grab my Move. Okay, this is my Paper Pro Move with the light at its brightest. And that's it with no light. So you can really see how much whiter the Paper Pure is. And that's all about the color e-ink layer. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, great. I'm gonna skip that. Pair later, okay. Skip that. Great. I'm right-handed. Good to go. Okay, get started. I'm not going to go through all these software features right now. I'm just really interested in the hardware and how this feels. So let's just start writing a notebook. Okay. Okay, this is what I liked about the reMarkable 2 when I had it, was that you can, it's not color e-ink obviously, but you can, it's my neighbor's dog. You can make text red, blue, gray, or white. The colors don't show up on the device obviously, but they do show up once the notebook or whatever is you know, on your computer, on anything that has color. So I do like that. All right, let's, okay. I'm nervous because I want the writing to feel great. And I'm okay with how the writing on the Paper Pro feels. I like it. I don't love it. Let's zoom out a little bit and just do some writing. I want to kind of see how fast it is using everything. So, oh. Wait a second. Do I love this? Okay, hold on. All the videos I've watched to now have convinced me that writing on this feels the same as with the Paper Pro. It does not. Not to me. This feels way better. This is not as slick. Oh, I like this. One of the issues I have with the Pro and with the Move is my handwriting is like messier than it is like on a Boox device or a Supernote. This is better, and I hope it's not just because the surface is new and has like a, you know, factory residue or whatever on it. I hope it feels like this forever. My handwriting's not great in any case. But this is just like a little stickier, I would say, a little scratchier. Doesn't feel like the reMarkable 2, but to me it does not feel like the Paper Pro or the Paper Pro Move. Okay, I like this. The blacks look really nice. Okay, as I write, it is getting a little slicker. Maybe that's because it was a new nib, but it's still distinctly different from the Paper Pro. Okay, so one issue I have with the Paper Pro, I think it has to do with these pens and the nib and the way the nib on the surface works. Sometimes if you don't hit a stroke exactly right, part of the stroke doesn't get on the page. So see this S right here? I was writing fast, but see how the top of the S is like not there, so I'm adding it there. This is one of my biggest issues with this generation of reMarkables, because I really use it as digital paper. I don't read a lot on it. I don't do a lot with PDFs. It is digital paper for me. I do lots of journaling, lots of planning, lots of like notes to self on this, and it helps me not have things scattered across 100 paper notebooks at home. So the writing experience is the most important part to me. I've had keyboard folios with the other ones that I just didn't really use. And so when there's a little issue with capturing a stroke, I get pretty frustrated. Okay, it's getting less sticky as I go. So I do think maybe there's like a little factory thing, new device going on here. Still, even with all that, I don't think that this feels exactly like a Paper Pro. Let's see how fast it is making pages. Pretty fast, okay. This is one of my longtime beefs with an update. Long time ago, when I was still just using the reMarkable 2, they added this extra tap to make a new page. You used to just be able to make a new page by flipping. And that's still, I'm never gonna forgive that, because see how this, I accidentally made a continuous page. And I do not want that. I want to be able to toggle off infinite scroll and only use the pages as they are and then not have that extra tap, or toggle on infinite scroll and then the extra tap makes sense. But I didn't do this on purpose. See? Sorry, fixing my camera angle. I can't see what I'm filming, so it's not exactly perfectly centered, but I didn't do it on purpose and I don't want it. So that just really grinds me. But I have to say, you know, that's got nothing to do with this piece of hardware. That is decisions reMarkable has made about software over the years that I don't understand and I have issues with. So I'm really just focusing on the hardware and the writing experience. Okay. I think you get the gist of it. I think I like it. I think I really like it. I like this size. I like that it doesn't feel so fragile. No, it's not as sleek, but I think that's totally fine. It still looks good and it feels good. It's affordable, relatively speaking. I mean, none of this stuff is affordable or necessary, let's face it. Let's take a look again at the move. Yeah, that's pretty dang white. I think it's a keeper. I think I will be keeping this. I think the most likely scenario is that I'm gonna sell my Big Paper Pro and just have the move and the pure. It does automatically sleep and wake with the cover. First impressions are positive. Any complaint I have, again, is a complaint I have across the board with all of reMarkable's products, which has to do with their software and their decision-making process and how they make changes or don't make changes to their software. That's pretty fast. I hope that this kind of sticky feeling that it has stays. It's just not, sticky's not really the right word. It's just not as slick as the Pro series screens. And I like that. This is almost like a cross between the original reMarkable 2 screen feel and the Paper Pros. Again, that might all change after the initial, you know, use happens. It's fast. I feel like my ink is appearing right away. Yeah, I think that's a keeper for me. What do you guys think? Have anyone else gotten one of these, and where are you at with it? Let me know.